Hey, what's up everyone? So today we're going to be making a tofu stir fry. If you're ever looking for a vegan recipe or something that's really cost efficient, or most importantly to most of you, very tasty, then this is definitely what you're looking for. It's also very high in protein, lots of vitamins, low in fat, low in carbs. It's just an all-around power meal. So what you'll need today is a block of very hard tofu. So whatever the hardest tofu that you have is. So this one's actually extra firm. You can't read it right here because my camera has really bad focus, but take my word for it, it says extra firm. You'll also want some garlic powder, Italiano, and roasted garlic and pepper. And then you'll want Green Giant Valley Selections Asian blend, the high in fiber one. This is a bunch of assorted vegetables and beans. You can really put any vegetables you want in here. You don't have to use this, but I've tried a bunch of different ones and this one always ends up tasting the best. It's also very cheap, high in fiber, high in protein. And you'll want some canola oil for your pan. So that right there is everything you'll need. Obviously we won't be using all of everything here. We'll be using all of the vegetables and all the tofu, but we won't be using all of this. And these two combined only cost around $5.50. With how much of this we're going to use and how much of this, you could probably bring the grand total to about $6. And this is going to make 4 good sized portions of this. Or if you want, you could cut it down to 2. But either way, it's going to make a lot of food. It's going to be really tasty, really high in protein, and really cheap. So first what you'll want to do is obviously cut open the tofu. And then what you want to do is cut the tofu into multiple thin-ish slices. Depending on the size of your pan, you'll either want to cut less or more. Let's get started. Voila! Then you want to get your frying pan. I usually set it to around 5 or so. And what you're going to do is you're just going to pour some canola oil in. I like to really fill it up. It adds a lot of juiciness to the meal. Then what you're going to do is just place the tofu in the pan like so. Make sure it all fits. Then we're going to spice it up. So first we're going to start with the garlic. Then we got the homie Italiano. Then lastly we got your boy roasted garlic and pepper. By the way, also don't be shy with the spices. Put a lot on because the leftovers in the pan are going to be used to really spice up all the vegetables and give them a lot more taste and juiciness as well. So right after you're done with the spices, just flip every single one of them over. And then now what you're going to do is just apply all the spices to the other side of the tofu. Now we're going to let that sit for 3 to 5 minutes. Sometimes a little bit more or less depending on what temperature you have it on. So after about 3 to 5 minutes, you're of course just going to want to flip it. It's going to look like you've lost a lot of the spice on the other side, but it's okay. It's all coming back in the end. After another 3 to 4 minutes, you're going to want to remove them and put them in a container that can hold all of them. Like so. And now you're thinking, what a waste of all that spice, but that's when you add in the veggies. Mix it up so it gets all of the spice and all of the canola oil around the pan. You're going to leave those on the pan for about 5 minutes or so, stirring every once in a while. So while you're cooking the veggies, you're just going to want to cut your tofu into smaller little squares. It's not going to cooperate because it's going to be very greasy from the oil, but as most of you know, this greasiness will in fact give it a more flavorful taste. So it doesn't, your squares don't have to be perfect. As you see, mine are far from perfect. it's okay. You just want to dice them up. Once your vegetables have been cooked for about 5 minutes, you're going to want to pour all of those into the tofu, or with the tofu. Now, you could drain it all previous to putting it in with the tofu to get rid of a lot of the grease, or the canola oil, but the canola oil does add a lot of taste. And then voila, you have a nice little tofu stir fry that's going to taste really, really good, have a lot of protein, a lot of vitamins, a lot of your macros, and it's going to be really, really cheap. Now, what I like to do is mix it with a few other things. So in the bigger portions here we have broccoli, and then right here we have assorted beans. I ran out of red kidney beans for this batch, but I do have lentils, black beans, and chickpeas in there. And voila, you have a nice high protein, high calcium, high vitamin, cheap, very tasty meal, or 4 if you cook like I do in bulk, so you don't have to cook for the next 4 days. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you do end up making it, let me know how it tastes, and I'll see you next time. Bye.